As always, lots of injuries in this week of the NFL and quite a few for the fantasy football players out there. We're going to touch on George Kittle, Brock Bowers, and Drake London's injuries in this part 1 video. Starting with George Kittle, pretty typical mechanism of injury. The one thing for me that might discern it between a grade 1 and a grade 2 hamstring strain is how quickly they ruled him out. Typically, if it is a grade 1, they'll say he's questionable to return. It seemed like pretty quickly after his injury, they designated him as out. And that's just really my hypothetical. It's not a definite. If it was a grade 1 strain, it would be 1 to 3 weeks, roughly. Grade 2, 4 to 6 weeks. I think with his injury history, even if it's a grade 1, I could see them pushing it really in that 2 to 4 week range. They do not want him re-injured by any means, especially at his age and his impact on the team. To Brock Bowers, there's videos floating around of 2 potential mechanisms of injury. They both line up with an MCL sprain. Pelissero reported after yesterday's game that the Raiders were not concerned with his knee moving forward, is mostly precautionary. However, just like Kittle, Brock Bowers is an extremely important piece to his team. Wouldn't be surprised if they keep him on the shelf for a week or 2 for a grade 1 MCL sprain. And not to mention, after the game, Pete Carroll said Michael Mayer, the backup tight end, is a starting caliber tight end in the league. And lastly, for this part, Drake London got hurt against the Bucks. He landed on that right shoulder, extra force from the defender on top of him. He was listed as day-to-day, although Raheem Morris did not have much of an update. Expecting 1 to 2 weeks with this injury, potentially 0, but more than likely, again, impact. He's so important, they don't want him to get re-injured. 1 to 2 weeks, I'll call it as a projection until we get further update on Wednesday. For part 2, we're going to touch on Xavier Worthy and Jalen Waddle.